This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
Over the weekend, Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA put on America Fest 2023. And it's not even 4th of July, and we're having America Fest. It's kind of a pep rally put on by people who peaked in high school. That's exactly what it is. Anyway, there were a host of conservative demagogues who were put on to talk about their love and undying devotion to Donald Trump. Chief among these speeches was like the half hour or 40 minutes that was put on by Steve Bannon. Bananas. Donald Trump's a lot of things. Donald Trump is a liar. He told 30 or 35, maybe 40,000 lies in just the 4 years of his first and hopefully only term as president of the United States. I mean, we could go through the laundry list of crimes against humanity, crimes against the country, his self-dealing and violation of the emoluments clause. I mean, there are so many things that we could talk about relative to the performance of Donald Trump and his enrichment of himself. So to listen to Steve Bannon, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but Steve Bannon's diatribe about Donald Trump that is just absolutely detached from reality was something to behold. Talking about Donald Trump as though he is a returning, conquering hero, that he has sacrificed everything and now he's winning. He never stopped winning. While also talking about facing 700 years in prison, and then comparing him at the end to three people. He's one of three people whose personal, how he ended up is going to reflect upon the United States of America itself. George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, Steve Bannon is comparing Donald Trump to. Anyway, here's a minute or so of the speech, and really prepare yourself. It is next level adulation and worship from people who are jettisoning any loyalty or adherence or fealty to the Constitution and the country itself, and substituting in loyalty for Donald Trump and an attempt to get him back in office without any regard for democracy or the Constitution or the principles that we have held to for over the course of, nearly 250 years. Watch Steve Bannon.
Everything he goes through every day, mocked and ridiculed by the mainstream media, the propaganda department of the deep state, none of it would have happened. None of it. That shows his courage and his deep love of country. No person in the history of this nation, with all the patriots we have ever done what Trump has done by come back to save his country. And the American people are on his side. Look at the numbers. Those sons of bitches try to destroy him every day, and he's still winning. He's still winning. He's still winning. 700 years in prison. Think about it. It's never happened on any country on earth. For only the third time in our country's history, third time, the destiny and fate of one man is inextricably linked to the fate of the republic.
That's dangerous talk. For only the third time in the history of the United States of America, the fate of one man, the destiny of one man is inextricably linked to the fate and the destiny of our entire nation. And what I didn't play there is him going on to ramble about George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, comparing Donald Trump, the self-dealing criminal demagogue who has announced he wants to be a dictator, but only for a day, is the same as George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. in the pantheon of mythological almost figures in our country, of people who hold a special place, Donald Trump ain't among them. But the unwashed, toothless, low information crowd hooping and hollering for Donald Trump. This should be a wake-up call for those of you out there who, you talk about Donald Trump too much. Let's talk about some of the policy issues. We do that, certainly do that here. But if you think Donald Trump is just another average politician and this election doesn't hold any more weight or heft than any other, you're wrong. When you hear people say this could be the last free and fair election in the history of the United States, that it was a good run, but it's over if Donald Trump wins, that's not an exaggeration. That is in no way hyperbole. That is fact. That is what we face. We've got an absolute corrupt Supreme Court, many of whom Donald Trump placed there. We've got a Republican Party with a majority in the House of Representatives that will do Donald Trump's bidding. And if the Senate isn't maintained control by Democrats, we got a big, big problem on our hands, because take note of, make a mental accounting of how many people have said, how many Republicans have said, oh, it's wrong. Donald Trump shouldn't be saying that. Oh my God, this is dangerous talk that he wants to be a dictator, but only for a day. The fact that they're silent should tell you everything you need to know about one of the two political parties in our country, the two who have any impact. Dangerous, and they are brainwashing. This is an event for youth, brainwashing youth, pumping them up as though they are special. The people, you in this room are special. You get it. You've been brought into the secret knowledge that we have, while venerating the dear leader. This was a cult service. Courage is not a word that should be associated with Donald Trump, at least with anybody with any shame or dignity wouldn't use that word to compare to Donald Trump. That he has a deep love of country. A deep love of country. Just because you rub your genitals against the flag at CPAC doesn't mean you love the country. You fucking patriot. Still winning. 91 charges across 4 indictments. Violation of the Espionage Act. But Donald Trump, you chugging along. He's a winner. If this is what makes for a winner, you can count me out. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call. Leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can always email me daily@dollemore.com. If I am your flavor of political commentator, I would appreciate it. I would ask that you consider helping support and produce this work. You can click the join button below, become a channel member for $1.99 a month. You can hit the super thanks button, or you can go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. All those are great ways to help support. But the main and most important thing is to make sure you're subscribed, like and comment on this video, and if you know somebody who could use the information, share this video on social media and tag me in it. And I'm at Dollemore everywhere. I'd love to see you there and see that you tagged me. Give you a retweet or whatever they do on there. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.